Good afternoon and welcome to the Logic and Accuracy Test for Kitsap County for our August 3rd, 2021 primary. My name is David Frisk. I'm the elections manager, and I'm going to introduce my team here real quick. We have Paul Andrews, who's the Kitsap County auditor. He's going to talk in just a second. We have behind me Daryl Dowds, Chief Deputy Auditor. Regina McCrae is over here in a chair. I don't know if you can see her. She's our election supervisor. I have Michael Aguirre and Tina Agnew. They are our elections technology analysts. Zach Regis is behind the camera right now. He's our program specialist, and we have observers here as well. And so first up, before we get started, I want to introduce Paul Andrews, our auditor, to say a couple things.
I just want to welcome everybody here to our logic and accuracy test. This is something that we do before every election, and David's going to explain to you what will happen throughout this test. When the test is over, all of the results from the test certifications we put on our website. But this is an important part of every election. We do this before each of the primary and the general to make sure all of the equipment's working properly. So again, welcome to your observation of this, and I'll let David take over and tell you what's going to happen.
Thank you, Paul. So yes, as Paul stated, we do this before every single election, the primary purpose of which is to test to make sure that our tabulation equipment works right. And we've tested it prior to this test to make sure that it works right before we go live. But we were going to go through all the requirements through state law. This election, there are 12 contests with 46 candidates and 3 local measures. And our test is being conducted in accordance with RCW 29A 12130. Today we will be testing the programming of the digital scan ballot counting system to verify that it correctly counts votes cast for all contests appearing in this election. This right here is our accessible voting unit. It's called a touch writer. It is not an electronic voting device. It doesn't record any votes or store any votes. It's basically used as a ballot marker. And it also has been pre-tested. We've confirmed that all target areas are working properly on all the touch writers, and on all of the text on screen matches the text on paper ballots. Right now we are standing in the tabulation room. It's a secure facility with keycard access. Upon completion of our LNA today, election staff are permitted to be in the room only in pairs or more. So one person does not have access to this room after we certify our test today. It's also 24/7 video surveillance. There's a camera right outside this door that records any entering or exiting at all times. This room is also not connected to the internet in any way. And also our scanning stations are not connected to our tabulation station. It's all just different ways that we secure the results of the election. So we've created a test set of ballots, which we are going to run through our system, and then we're going to scan it, we're going to tabulate it, and we're going to look at the results, which we already know what the results should be, so that when we test it, we should get the same results. The first step in that process is to ensure that we're starting out with a 0 in all categories. So we're going to run a 0 report and print that. I'll hold it up to the camera so that you can see the zeros, and then Paul and I will go over each contest just to make sure that we've got zeros on every line.
Check the reference to the pre-test. Was we found out that if we don't turn the printer on before we turn on the touch writer, that it creates an issue.
That's interesting.
All right, now it's working. All right.
Do I have a minute for a question? Or you?
Oh, is it related to what we've already gone over?
Yes.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
You talked about, you checked the accuracy of the voting machine in reference to the ballot, that it properly registers the vote in a square. Do you have an
Oh,
accuracy?
no. Not that it registers the vote in the square. basically what it is this machine prints ballots. So what we check is that whatever ballot it says it's gonna print, that it prints that and all the races are accurate. The voter votes,
Okay.
and then when they print their ballot, and they review their ballot before they turn it in, that's what this machine is for. It's a ballot marker.
Okay, I was wondering, if they mark a squares within 3 or 4 or 5% of the area to mark for a vote before they print their ballot, what is the accuracy of your acceptance for the marking or in the square is my question.
So.
Yeah, this actually doesn't do, when they make a selection of who they wanna vote for, and then the machine, when it prints the ballot, actually prints, it fills the entire square. It doesn't.
So
it
they
doesn't-
actually vote on a name and hit it,
Yes.
not,
Yeah.
they don't touch in a square
Right,
with an
right.
accuracy.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And then
And then
they have the opportunity to review
Right,
their
they
ballot
review the
before they
ballot,
turn
because
it
it
in.
prints the
Got it.
physical ballot,
Thank
they
you.
review
I
it.
thought it was a touch square.
Yeah, yeah, no.
So I
Okay,
see
so
it, I
this is
can't-
the zero report?
This is the zero report here, we just got out of the machine. Do you wanna show the camera? Or
Yeah, I'll hold it up to the camera just so that you can see, and Zach, you can tell me if we've got visual, if you can read. That probably needs to focus.
Yeah.
So this is just a sample. I won't hold up every single one of the pages, but it shows that
We have 5 pages of zeros.
5
here.
pages, and then I'll double check that, all just to make sure. Just to make sure that we've got zeros on all, and here, Chuck, if you wanna look with me, just to make sure. So we're just saying that, showing we're starting with a clean slate.
Yep.
So there's page 1, this is page 2, all zeros. Page 3, page 4, zeros, and page 5, zeros. So we're starting with a clean slate. Thank you very much for that verification.
You're welcome.
Our next step is to scan our test ballots. We have 111 ballots, and there's basically 17 ballot styles, depending on the precinct and what races are involved. So we're going to scan them on all 3 of our scanners here to make sure that they all work. And yes, our test deck, we have rules established by Washington Administrative Code that tell us how we're supposed to run our test and how we're supposed to produce our test deck, and of course we follow those rules. Our deck includes examples like an overvote or a blank ballot, as well as a write-in, and we want to make sure that all those fields work. So let's go ahead and scan. Okay. Scan. We'll let Michael do his scanning first, and then you guys will scan. As the scanner accepts the ballots, it's going to capture both sides of the ballot simultaneously, and then we'll verify the correct number of ballots and the correct number of faces, which should be double the number of ballots, of course. And then Michael will kind of show us on the screen an example. I don't know how much of the screen you can get, Zach. Because the ballots like the overvote, that'll kind of show up. Go ahead, Michael.
Go into the review.
Yeah, it shows red here on the screen. I don't know if you can see that. But that just means that there's something abnormal there that we need to look at.
Adjudication, I'm gonna go to action, I'm gonna accept, and I'm only gonna resolve the undervote. We don't need to see it.
So an undervote is just that someone chose not to vote in a particular race, so there's no marked tally.
And it's still red, so we're gonna go to that ballot, we're gonna click on that ballot.
And this should be the overvote, right? So you
Here's
click on the
the
vote, we acknowledge that it is an overvote, and then we accept it as an overvote. And there's a little, can you show the code, the legend? I don't know if you can see the legend on here. And that's okay, but in the bottom of this, and Chuck can judge it, the different colors, like this one was red, which meant that it was an overvote. If it was an undervote, if it's yellow, there's different color coding for different things. If it was a write-in, if it noted something on a write-in line, it would be light blue, and we would know that it was a write-in.
And what David means by we accept that it's an overvote, what it really means is that we recognize that the voter intention was that they voted for 2 people. That vote itself will not count. The system will not capture it, but what we've done is we've identified that the system did correctly read that there were two individuals that were selected in one particular race, and so the system knows to not count those votes.
And you guys already scanned yours through? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, we've scanned all the test ballots through. We're going to write that onto a USB, which they call a V drive. And then we're gonna physically walk that V drive over to the tabulation station. This is mimicking what we're gonna do at 8 p.m. on election night. We're gonna upload those results to the tabulation station, and then we're gonna print the results.
All those thumb drives have been checked and verified there was no.
Yes,
running
it's a
in
good
software.
question, good question about the thumb drive. So we use various different drives during the election.
These are B drives, these go back and forth, these never leave the room.
Right.
These are never connected to a PC.
Go from here to there,
Yeah,
Right.
that's all they do.
but still, they gotta be checked.
Yeah, they're zero, they're blank.
Yeah, they get reformatted by the system every time. I don't open this, I don't know exactly what it looks like, but it's all encrypted. So it only goes back and forth just between those two systems.
Okay.
Yeah, never connects to a PC.
Okay. Now we're gonna take those, the results of the scan, and we're gonna upload that to our tabulation system. And we're gonna print the summary report and verify the results.
Alright, tabulate. It's tabulated. Alright, now we're going to go to resolve and then we're writing that plan. We'll solve for that one. And we'll assign it as a write-in. And the results.
The other thing about these C drives too is that as we use them, they go into, they're used once in the election, and then they go into a media box that is sealed.
Well, not these right here, but the ones that you, the tally for the vote that you generate that goes to the station.
The tally for the vote is actually uploaded outside of this room.
But you take something from the computer.
PDF.
Right,
Load it
when we
onto
wanna
a
do,
thumb drive,
when we
and
wanna
then you-
upload results, yes,
Yeah,
and
we
then
use a
those.
different drive.
That's
will-
only one
I might
time.
have to send it
Yeah.
to them.
And
I'm
then
gonna
they're,
upload it, or-
then they become part of
Part of the record?
the record that is locked in a box.
You wanna come on over here, Chuck, and you wanna stand between us, and then, we're gonna verify the results. This is our, what we call our matrix, so this is what we expected the results to be, for each precinct, and now we printed out the actual results from the scanning station, and then, we're just gonna verify that, so I'll read off each race and the expected results, and Paul will verify on the screen here. I mean, on the printed sheet. So we'll start with City of Bainbridge Island, Central Ward, Council District 5, Nassau 1, De Rosalia 2, Moriwaki 3.
Correct.
And then, and if I mispronounce someone's name, Daryl, will you help me with that?
Oh, no.
Well, you know people better than I do. Okay.
I'm not very good at
City of-
pronouncing things.
City of Bainbridge Island, North Ward Council District 7. We should have Dietz 1, Miller 2, Mandelkorn 3, Peltier 4.
Correct.
Okay, City of Bremerton Council District 3. Watkinson 1, Houston 2, Johansson 3, Schonberg 4, Campbell 5, Coughlin 6, McDonald 7, and we should also have a write-in vote there.
Yes,
And does it show an overvote as well?
Yes.
yes. And an undervote.
Here, yes. Overvote, undervote. Right.
That's where our blank ballot's gonna be, right? The undervote?
On that one, no,
Right.
but
Port Orchard Council, position 2 should be Jones 1, Ayala 2, Rosa Pepe 3.
Yes,
Port Orchard Council at Large, Williams 1, Trineri 2, Morgan 3, Lind 4.
yes,
Central Kitsap School District, 401 Director District 1, Tracy 4, Hedgewood 2, Jarquin 3,
yes,
okay. South Kitsap School District 402 Director District 3, Willette 4, Aslava 2, Schroeder 3, Yo 5, Lemke 6, Burke 7, Picard 8.
yes,
Yep.
South Kitsap School District 402 Director District 4, Wilson 4, Trent 2, Anderson 3.
yes,
Central Kitsap Fire and Rescue Position 1, or Proposition 1, yes 4, no 2.
yes,
South Kitsap Fire and Rescue Commissioner Position 4, Joyce 4, Smith 2, McCloskey 3.
yes,
South Kitsap Fire and Rescue Proposition number 1, yes 4, no 2.
yes,
Yes.
Manchester Water District number 11, Commissioner Position 3, Fiore 1, Strode 2, Drops 3.
yes,
Yes.
Silverdale Water District number 16, Commissioner Position 1, Weber 4, Hodinger 2, Ramsdale 3.
yes,
Bainbridge Island Metropolitan Park and Recreation District Position, or Proposition number 1, yes 3, no 2.
yes,
Yes.
Village Green Metropolitan Park District Commissioner Position 5, Nimmons 1, Netzel 2, Luke 3.
yes,
Okay, and that should be the last.
yes,
Okay, so everything matched up, that's great.
You had a blank ballot.
And we have a blank ballot, yes. That would have been our undervote.
What would you say?
on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that, so now we have to sign the certification, and our observers will sign as well.
I just tuned you out.
Okay. And then, once we sign the certification, everything gets sealed up in this box, so we actually have to verify the seal number that we're using as well, which is right here. We'll make a couple of copies before we seal it. Okay, we'll take that. Chuck, would you sign?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone present should sign. Amy, can I have you, after this, run out and make some copies real quick?
Keep up.
Okay. So we're gonna take that, we take this with these results, And also,
I made a copy of that.
we already have a
so
copy
that-
of this one?
Yeah, that can go in the bottom.
okay,
Do you
thank
have the
you.
zero? Just share
And the zero, oh wait, the zero report, you want that as well, which I have here. Okay, yeah, here's the zero report. Thank you, Amy.
How many copies?
2 copies, please.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then everything else will go in. We already have several copies of the matrix here. So we're gonna make some copies so we have for our records, and the originals will go into the sealed box. And that's that, so.
This concludes our test. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, you can always contact the auditor's election office. Ballots go in the mail this Wednesday. You should have them by Friday. And as always, we encourage you to vote early. Thank you.
Thank you very much.